Hey guys, it's Jonathan. Welcome back to my channel. How are you guys doing? I am at the Horseshoe Bay Ferry right now. I am taking the ferry to Bowen Island today. I haven't been on the ferry for like probably 10 years, so I'm pretty excited. So I'm going to Bowen Island today because I am seeing my producer Alex Man of Music, who produced my last EP Honey Trap in 2020. You guys know that. He is the genius guy who wrote Honey Trap and Chow. You guys love those songs. I'm so excited to see him. I haven't seen him for probably 2 years, almost 2 years since I worked on the album with him. And he actually moved to Bowen Island now, and he started a podcast with his friend, and he invited me as a guest on the podcast, and I'm so excited to be on a podcast with him today. I'm so excited to see him. I haven't seen him in so long. I am at Alex's place now. Say hi, Alex. That's Alex right there. He wrote Honey Trap and Chow, and that's Tina. They're having me here for their podcast today. Woo! I'm so excited, and this is Alex's house, and it's so beautiful here, you guys. Bowen Island is fucking gorgeous. It's right by the ocean.
Give a guy a break.
So pretty, and the place is so pretty here.
Beautiful.
Look how beautiful the kitchen is. We have a little setup here.
Oh, fuck me.
And then the
First we bend over.
is so beautiful.
So
Gorgeous place. So I'm super excited. And we're gonna do this podcast.
So you yet another episode. Wait a minute. Can I tell you a story?
Yes. Oh my gosh, here we go.
I need to tell you a story.
Please.
When I was growing up with the concept of triple threats because I love theater, jazz hands. Triple threats. Let me tell you what triple threats were. Yes, they danced, they sang, they acted. I was over the moon. I had such a crush on Rita Moreno.
Oh my gosh.
And then today's guest on Harley's and Hairspray is not a triple threat. He's not a quadruple threat.
Right.
He may be a quintuple threat and up because not only does he sing, not only does he dance, not only does he act, he also models. I told my kids, you know who's coming? Jonathan Dillon, a precursor to our official introduction. Yeah. And they said, oh, is he a YouTuber and influencer? So the next threat, the next level for our generation is we have an influencer, a model. I've just mentioned five, six possible threats.
Yeah.
He's a double, triple threat. Jonathan Dillon, it is so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me here, guys. It is beautiful here.
It is gorgeous.
Your home is so beautiful.
Thank you, and I love having these two smiling faces here.
Thank you.
Jonathan, I have to know, so Tina doesn't know you at all.
Yes.
You and I
love that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Because you are going to ask the best questions, I just know it.
Yeah.
But I want to know, what is it like to be a multiple threat, and do you have a favorite?
Yeah, do I have a favorite?
A favorite threat. Do you prefer to dance over everything else? Do you prefer to sing?
Okay, I don't. I actually don't. I love everything. I love everything equally. I grew up dancing first, so I think dancing will be my first love. Is where I started out, and then through dancing, I was able to do music because I was a backup dancer right after high school, and then I met producers, and from that I really wanted to have my own voice. So I started doing music, and then from that on, I kind of went on a few reality TV shows, and being in front of the camera kind of made me want to act. So I started taking acting classes, and got signed with an agent, and then I started acting as well. And then through all of that, in the mix of all of that, I also have a pretty big social media platform. You know, my Instagram is a baby to me, my YouTube channel, I'm on TikTok now, so I just love sharing my life with everybody. Yeah.
And it's incredible because if I was to tell my kids that George Clooney is coming, they'd be like, oh, amazing, Dad. Yeah. But then I tell them I have a big social media influencer, and right away their eyes perk up and they start doing research.
Yeah.
So you are talk about social media engagement.
Yeah.
engagement is key.
Yeah.
You are absolutely current in terms of engaging the new generation.
Thank you. And I think it's so important as an artist now today to keep up with social media, because that's just how the new generation is. And you know, being able to market yourself and, you know, promote whatever you're trying to sell on social media, I think that's so important, because that's probably the biggest platform now in, like, you know, marketing, commercials, and as you know, big companies are paying influencers on social media to promote, you know, products and all that. So I feel like it's so important now. If you want to have a career, you have to like share your life on social media. Yeah.
I love that.
You are gaining mastery. Some people go to university to gain a master's degree. In other words, to gain mastery of a particular topic. You have a master's, maybe even a doctorate in social media.
Yeah, so and I want to say artistry and expression and communication, because so on Harley's and Hairspray we talk about artists and how they, you know, how they've surrendered their heart to art, and what that means, what that even looks like in their life. And you know how we've heard like all the world's your stage, all the world's a stage, right? Yeah. I feel like, or from what you're saying, it's not just that the world is our stage. Social media or media itself is your stage. Yes. And there you are getting all the different media pieces and living on that stage. Yeah. So what I'm curious about is, you know, we use this term influencer. Yeah. We know what it is in terms of a role. Yeah. But I'm always curious about the why. Yeah. Like, what's that about for you in your artistry, in your influence? Yeah. What do you, wherever you want to go with that? Yeah. You know, tell me about
what's the driver, I guess? Yeah. Right? Yeah. What's the catalyst that makes you want to do this much work so much of the time? Right. Because it's, you know, being a YouTuber, it's some people hold it in the pejorative, but it's a ton of work.
It's not glamorous, right?
It's so much work. Yeah. You know, having your YouTube and your Instagram and your TikTok is like every moment you have to stop and like, hold on, like, you know, like when I'm out with my friends, if I want to like vlog everything, it's like, you know, they're very understanding, thank God. But like, it's like, it slows everything down, right? Because you have to be like, okay, I'm just gonna vlog this for my YouTube channel. And then I'm like, oh wait, I gotta do it for my Instagram. Then I'm like, oh, I gotta do it for my TikTok. You know, you really need to like have people that understand how the social media work around you, because it does take a lot of time and it slows everything down. And yeah, like I said, you know, I think being an artist today, it comes with the job. You just have to, you just have to do it. Just share with your followers or your fans to show them what your life is all about. I actually don't really like people calling me an influencer. Cool. Yeah, I actually don't. Yeah.
Tell me more.
I know. Yo, why is that a term that doesn't work
because
for you?
I'm not just an influencer. Like, I started out dancing and singing and acting and reality TV and all that. I actually have talent, you know? Like, I actually came into, I'm not just like sharing, you know, like, just like, I don't know, like, I don't want to say like pointless things, but like, I came into the industry originally as a dancer, wanting a career in entertainment, and then I got to do music, and then I got to do reality TV. You know, I am on social media because I want to share the behind the scene things with all my followers and my fans and people that like me. And, you know, and so they can see like, you know, how I am behind the scene, like my personality and all that. I want to show them that. So, but I just feel like, I don't know, it's just saying that I'm an influencer, I just feel like that's all I do. It's just, you're just sharing your life, you know? Like there's so much more to me. I'm not just sharing my life. Yeah. Behind sharing my life, there's also my hustle, you know? So I feel like when people call me an influencer, I feel like it kind of like oversees a hustle a little bit.
And it doesn't cover the art.
Yeah.
It puts the art on the shelf and just focuses on the fluff.
Yeah. Totally.
Instead of the real.
Totally, yeah. And I appreciate it so much when people recognize me on the street as an influencer. I appreciate it so much, like, don't get me wrong. I'm very grateful for the platform that I have. But yeah, like I don't see myself as an influencer. I don't.
Right.
I don't. I'm a singer, dancer, actor, reality star, reality TV personality that just so happened to have a big social media platform.
I love that Tina's taking notes as if we're in a therapy session. Also, tell me more. How do you feel about your parents?
I feel like I'm in therapy. I know.
No, but I actually want to get back to Tina's question. I love that you're so focused on the art. You know exactly who you are. But what drives you to pursue your art? Because I think Tina's question was so vital. We all have different drivers, and we're all in the trenches, living for our craft. What drives you to continue on?
I think you have to really love it. Like I really truly do love performing. I've been dancing since I was 3, you know, I was in ballet since I was 3. And I've been, you know, since I was young, I've been dancing, performing. I knew that performing is something that I really want to do. And I just love the hustle and the art so much. I just love creating. I love creating content. I love creating music with you. I love, you know, shooting music videos. I love, you know, being on set and, you know, like memorizing my lines, and, you know, I love the art of acting. I just love the art of it so much that I can never see myself giving up performing. And I think that's really important. Like, if you're going into it only wanting fame, only wanting money, I don't think it's gonna work. Well, I mean, I feel like it'll work for some people if you're lucky, but at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. And I think you have to really want it, because nothing's guaranteed, you know, like there's gonna be another Jonathan. If I don't want it, there's another Jonathan behind me ready to take my spot, you know? So I gotta be on my A game all the time. And yeah, like I said, you just have to really want it. Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So Tina is a storyteller. She works in the art of story.
Yeah.
Right? And everything that you just said relates back to that. I think in every one of your lanes and every one of your disciplines, every one of your multiple threats that you are a born and a natural storyteller.
Right.
There's something that you just have this need to communicate, whether through music, whether through a script, whether through choreography. And there's something about the human condition that ties us all together, because we all live, especially in the arts, to tell stories.
Totally, yeah.
To share with others and bring them in.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like I'm compared to a lot of public figure, I think I'm not afraid to show my personality. I really don't have much of a filter. Like, I show, you know, on my social media, I show you like every part of my life, you know, like I might look really glamorous, I have these nice things, and you know, I always say that I love fine dining and I love McDonald's, you know, like I share everything. I feel like some people are just so scared to share like parts of their life, and they want to like portray this like perfect life that they have on social media, and I feel like I really don't, you know. I love nice things, but I also have like things that, you know, that are more simple that I love in life, you know, so I share all of that. Yeah.
Tell me if I'm onto something.
Yeah.
So I'm going to build on your piece on storytelling.
Yeah.
Because I work in stories, so I help people write their books, or I help people craft a keynote, or I actually help them listen to the story, So often that's with an end game.
Yeah.
And so it's very process oriented.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing from you is that there's artistry in the living story.
Right.
So like the story's actually alive in you as you're doing it.
Okay.
Would that be right? Like, am I onto something? Like, is there
I need to process that one.
Yeah, okay.
No,
So,
but he gets off a boat, he's living a story. He gets out of a car, he's living a story.
Yes.
He chooses his outfit, he's
he's living a story. You get where I'm going. Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of, so back to all the world's a stage, and it's almost like, what if there's, okay, I know there's rehearsal process for you, for sure. If you're crafting, you two are working together and you're recording something, there's rehearsal process, there's an end product. That's one piece of art. That you create it, it lives once you give it away. But I think, given that you're a whatever that is,
a quintuple.
Thank you. I went to French. A quintal. Anyway, that your story lives. Like, it's almost like your artistry is the living story as well. Okay. Yes, you can craft, create, and release, but you can actually live your art right now, and that is art itself. Right. And just experiencing you, I feel like I'm with art.
Okay, now I get it.
No, like just the being of you is an art piece.
Now I get it.
Yeah, I am saying that, and that's where the influencer has roots and her, and it's not like.
That's right.
It's
that's
like it's. Yeah.
Yeah, now I get it now.
Yeah, talk about it. The being of you is an art. You are an art piece.
What do you think about that?
I think that's a compliment. That's
For sure.
Such a compliment. Oh my God, that's such a compliment. Yes. But I also feel like I'm such a, I don't know, I feel like I'm such an individual. Like, I feel like I'm like kind of one of a kind. I'm not saying this with an ego. I just feel like I'm so different in everyone. I don't really see people that look like me. You know, I dress a certain way. I look a certain way. You know, I love fashion. I love makeup. I actually went to makeup school before at Blanche Padano. I knew that I wasn't going to pursue a career in makeup because I love performing, obviously. But I really wanted to do it because I truly have such a passion for makeup. And yeah, the glamorous side of things. Like I love putting together looks for my Instagram and, you know, upholding looks and the glitz and glam and all that. And I feel like all that is artistry, right? Even with my makeup and the styling of my clothes and performing. And yeah, I feel like I'm just an overall artist. Yeah. So I kind of get it, what you're saying. Yeah.
That's pretty beautiful.
Yeah. Can I talk again?
You can talk again as long as you listen.
Yes, it's so, listening is so hard.
And you do listen. You have this, your brain's so fast.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
His brain is as fast as his mouth.
Yeah.
It's not usually like that.
I'm a dual threat. My brain is as fast as my, okay. So I imagine Michelangelo crafting the great statue of David. And he's chiseling out of the rock and he's making it just right and all the proportions. And then all of a sudden David says to Michelangelo, yo, Mikey, hold up. Let me do some crafting of myself. And he takes the hammer and the chisel and he says, you're doing me well, but I'm going to do myself a little better because my self-concept varies a little bit from your vision of me. You're making me a little average. I'm a little extra. It seems to me that when I talk to Jonathan, that Jonathan is exactly doing that with society. And correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you can address this. You are the statue of David who has taken the hammer and the chisel away from your sculptor, from Michelangelo, and you said, your vision is good, but my vision is a little extra, and watch what I can do to carve myself out. Yeah. Because you're very specific and very intentional in that.
Right.
In creating your own self-concept, your own self-image. Maybe speak to that. Like, why did you decide to make the extra step that most people don't make? And I frequently say, and you hear this from many artists, that there's good is the enemy of great. Yeah. There's a grand canyon between good and great, whether it's a good song or a great song, a good story or a great story, a good look or a great look, for example. Yeah. Good hustle, great hustle. Why did you decide to truly focus on the extra in life?
Why? Okay. I just feel like I've always been very specific and hold myself to a standard with everything in life. I've always been like that since I was a little kid. Like I've always been so specific with what I want to wear. Like since I was a kid, I would tell my mom what I want to wear, how I want to do my hair. I have such a specific vision for everything in my life, I feel like, that I need like, I don't want to say total control, but like I need,
you can, because you might,
like total control, or at least like most control. Like I'll compromise a little bit, but like I just feel like I have a vision, and I need to express that vision, and I need that vision to come to life. Yeah, if that makes sense.
I have a vision, and I need that vision to come to life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What artist
Wait a minute, I
say
have
that?
a vision, I want to create that vision, and I need that vision to come to
life. Yeah.
That sounds like your path to walk on. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
What artist wouldn't say that? I have a vision.
Yeah, I'm going to create that vision.
Yeah. But most artists don't know how to gain full control to realize that vision. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think you're really very clear. You want to control it. This is the path you're going to take.
Yeah.
And so I have to say this because we were talking about this pre-show, pre-taping. Mm-hmm. While on the surface we see your extra, and I'm a fan of your extra. Mm-hmm. What I'm even more a fan of is how you own it so honestly. And so you'll meet a lot of folks who, and I grew up in a time, this is maybe a little ageist to myself, but I grew up in a time when somebody would get a nip and tuck and they would hide it and they would not talk about it. I got a nose job or I had my breast done or whatever, and the public hasn't seen me in a month because I've been in hiding. When somebody asks me about it, I will deny it.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
That level of effort to be not real drives me insane. You are maybe the most real human aesthetically that I've ever met, because you hold nothing back, you have no secrets, you're very candid and forthcoming about all of it, and you own it in every way. And there's such a dichotomy between what people may see on the surface and call superficial or fake, and how you own it and take ownership and control of it, and how real you are about it.
Yeah.
You have absolutely no secrets. You're like, this is me. I love it.
Yeah.
I have one life. I'm living my best life. I don't care about judgment. I honestly own it. Where does that strength come from? Because that requires a certain courage.
Yeah. I mean, I did went on a international reality show for plastic surgery, okay? So I can't hide anything, okay?
Preach. Okay, let's go. Give us the tea.
Yeah,
as the kids would say.
Okay, so like I started getting my lips done when I was 25. And you know, from that on, I went bigger and bigger and bigger with my lips. It's something that I've always wanted to get done. And I when I turned 25, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get this for myself. And you know, one day I just got a DM on my Instagram asking me to go on a reality show on E about plastic surgery. And so I just, you know, I was like, you know what, it's a huge platform. I'm just gonna go with it. I have nothing to hide. And I just never felt like I have to hide it, because why would I hide that? I wanted it, I paid for it, so like I'm proud of it. Like if I buy something, why would I want to hide it? You know what I mean? If I buy a Chanel purse, I'm not gonna say that somebody gave it to me. I'm not gonna hide it and say like, you know, like, oh, I didn't buy that. Like I bought it myself, you know, so why would I hide that? So then I went on the reality show, and then obviously that kind of took over. From that, I made headlines all over the world on all media platforms like People Magazine, Daily Mail, Cosmo. You know, I sold my story to so many tabloids. And that kind of became my thing, being a reality TV personality. And, you know, yeah, from that on, I just went on other reality shows, and I just kept it honest, you know, every time I go on a reality show. Obviously, from that on, I've got more done now. You know, I have my cheeks done, I have my chin, my jawline, I get Botox regularly. But I don't know, I just never felt like I have to hide anything. Why? Like, people know, you know what I mean? I look different. I look so different than 10 years ago when I first came into the industry. Completely different if you look at my first music video and my first single cover. So why would I hide it? Like, I don't see the point of hiding it. Yeah.
And by the way, you are fabulous, but that sort of honesty makes you even more fabulous.
Yeah,
no, for sure. Fabulous plus. Fabulous plus.
Thank you.
So I know this kind of makes you, I feel a little vulnerable when I hear that, right? Because I think that kind of honesty takes a real strength and a real courage. But if I could piggyback on that, tell me how that sits with your parents, and maybe talk a little bit about how far you've had to come from your cultural roots, where maybe there's a different set of expectations, to really owning who you want to be, even if it's in the face of or in conflict with cultural expectations. Especially from your closest people. Because that's got to be a struggle, right? That had to be a journey.
Absolutely. So my parents hated everything that I've done on my face when I first started doing it. My mom especially, because I look a lot like my mom. And I think that for her, it was like, I think it's she see it as like I'm slowly no longer looking like her.
Interesting.
I think. I don't know. She never said that, but she hates everything that I've done. But yeah, I don't know. In the back of my mind, I always think that might be the reason. I've always looked a lot like her. My dad doesn't like it, but my dad is not as vocal about it. My dad's like, you know, you're an adult now. Like when I started at 25, he's like, you know, you're in your mid-20s now. Who am I to say no to you? Like it's your life. Right. You know, you can do what you want to do as long as you're safe. But my mom has been very vocal about it. It took us a long time to get to where we are now, where she's totally fine with it now, and you know, she understands it a little more. And I feel like I'm doing it in a more tasteful way now. I feel like some people may think I'm crazy when I'm saying my look is tasteful. I am pretty extra compared to a lot of people, but I feel like when I first got on reality TV, my lips were huge at the time. I was so orange. I was spray tan to the max, and like my eyebrows were so big. Like my lashes were so big. It was so extra that, you know, I feel like I have evolved so much with my look, and I feel like now I'm at the best where I want to be with my look. Well, probably not the best. There's things that I can tweak still, but